Maxime and this is Anouk.
Wow.
Anouk is 11 years old.
So are you guys going to come visit us in Oregon?
Yes, for sure.
Of course,
Okay.
I guess not this summer, but next summer then.
Next summer? Yeah, that would probably be better. Okay, we'll count on it.
Yeah.
Get your boat ready.
Hey, Sally, I see you sort of partway in the picture here. Sally Engel. How are you doing, kiddo? You need to turn your audio on.
Muted.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I'm the Zoom advisor, only I forgot to turn the audio
Oh,
on.
you are. Yeah.
I showed him how to turn it off.
Well, Tom Lundeen over here is still
Happy
wrestling with
birthday,
his,
Joe.
I think.
Happy
Oh,
birthday.
Doug Kessler, for crying out loud. I remember you. And Andrea, how are you? Long time. And look at this Sarah. Oh my goodness.
Matthias.
What a great thing to see you. Oh. And who ya?
Hey Joe, happy birthday.
Tom Webb.
Yep. Happy birthday, Joe.
Oh man. And then here's Chuck Hamilton. Boy, you're a good looking guy, Chuck. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Oh my goodness, how are we going to get all of you on this page? And Matthias and Lainey. Hi, Lainey. I can barely see you.
Happy
How are
birthday.
you?
I'm great.
Oh.
How are you?
I'm good. Hi, Mike Lerner. Mike Lerner. He, his. What does he, his mean?
It's a pronoun. It's a thing you have to do.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, when you get on in years, you sort of slip a little bit. And I've been slipping quite a bit. Oh, wow. This is so great. What wonderful pictures and memories. Wow. Huh.
So where is everybody?
These numbers is 7.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'll kind of go through it.
Okay.
Have people.
Have you guys,
Tell
can
the
you guys
relationship.
all see each other?
Yeah, if you go to,
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Just-
gonna start up at the top
You
with
switch to
Ed
gallery.
Suzuki here.
Yep.
Ed was my second student, right, Ed?
Yeah, hello Joe.
How are you? You're looking
Pretty
great.
good.
Yeah, you're all retired now, I understand, but still working part-time or something?
No, I'm not. I'm just finishing a couple papers.
Oh, good for you. Good for you.
Joe is still doing that too.
Yeah. And I'm going to move across here. Here's Mike Schuyler. Mike, where's Brandy, Mike? I don't see her. Did she? She's
She's
probably
on-
out there preparing
I think she's
something.
on another screen.
She's gone bike riding, no doubt. Yeah.
Hmm.
You know, this is so great because of COVID. You can't really see people in person very much. So at least we can share memories this way. And
Mhm.
Reiner was,
Yeah. Hello.
you're looking great,
Hi,
Reiner.
Joe.
Can't get
Here- Cheers. Here's to you. Happy
Oh, you
birthday.
got a, what is that, a Coors beer or something?
It's
No doubt.
German beer, Weiss beer.
Oh, okay. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Using
It's probably Beck beer.
Stephanie. No,
Oh, no.
Evan DeWitt was
Yeah,
George Pugh, and she went with George.
yeah. And Engeline, how are you doing?
Great,
Engeline is
good.
in Austria.
Yeah, it's about 11 p.m. my time.
Oh, and you're looking awfully alert for 11 p.m.
Did take a nap today, so I could be fit.
Oh, good, good. Are the girls in bed already?
The girls are fine. They're growing.
Yeah, they're probably sound asleep, I imagine. Sound asleep.
No.
Kevin. Hey, Kevin, where are you living now?
Sorry, Joe, hang on. Getting a lot of feedback.
Somebody's got feedback.
That's okay. Are you in Oregon?
Yes, Joe, happy birthday. I am in right now in Salem, Oregon. Reiner and George, it's great to see you guys. It's been too long. But Joe, I'm working in Salem at a plastics recycler. We're sort of solving the world's plastic problem 1 pound at a time.
Oh, great.
Pyrolytic technique.
Well, I
I
should
think,
bring all of our plastic waste to Salem then, huh?
yes, you should. I think that I have had the privilege of hiring one of your, it's got to be a great nephew or something. His name is Aaron Nibler, graduate of Oregon State University Chemical Engineering a couple of years back. It's got to be related somehow. There's not that many Niblers in Corvallis.
No, there aren't. He's probably son of a second cousin or something like that.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, I hope he's doing a good job for you.
He's doing a very good job. He's a good, I love youth and their youthful minds.
Oh, great. Great. Wen-Jin, what are you doing in San Francisco? Wen-Jin, you need to unmute your Zoom there. Oh, not yet. I'll come back to you.
Okay. All right.
Oh, there you go.
Happy birthday first.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm down in Los Angeles, nearby Los Angeles, in Thousand Oaks.
Well, I thought you were down in the LA area. So
Yeah, LA area, Los Angeles.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Great.
So
Yeah.
basically, I'm out of your field, science field. I'm wandering around doing business, invent some product, a small product. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like fun. You're staying busy then.
Yeah, just keep me busy. That's all it's about.
Yeah. Are you going back and forth to Spain very much?
We pretty much went back to Spain every year except last year because pandemic.
Yeah, because of.
But I actually sneaked into Corvallis. I didn't tell you because.
Oh, you should have.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's what we did last year. Yeah.
Oh, good.
No place to go. Let's go back to Corvallis.
Well, it's always going to be here. How are you doing, George? George Pubons. George is, and I don't see Mary in the background. She's probably busy or something here.
She's probably reading a book. Happy
Oh,
birthday,
good for her.
Joe.
Good for her.
Happy birthday.
Oh, well,
And,
thank you. Thank you so much.
it's quite wonderful to see everyone here. I'm currently up in Hillsboro, Oregon, so not too far away. But I've been sort of living most of the time over in Central Oregon, near Redmond, where we have a house because it's just a lot more COVID friendly. And nominally not quite retired, but I'm on leave of absence from a part-time position at Oregon Health Sciences University. But that's because of COVID, I can't go into the building, so I haven't been doing anything there.
Well,
So
that's a common problem, I think.
yeah, I'm afraid so. And it's a little frustrating, but on the other hand, it's not the idea of retirement isn't so bad either.
That's true. I can recommend it. Eldon here just recently retired. Eldon is one of my ski buddies. Hi, Eldon.
Hello, happy birthday, Joe.
How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing really, really well. Retirement is great for me.
Yeah. Are you in Tiburon or are you in
yes,
Tennessee or are you in California?
We're in Tiburon right now. We just got back from Tennessee. So, and we're actually planning soon a trip to Portland to see my daughter. So,
yeah. Well, we're hoping we can link up when you come.
Yeah.
So we'll be in touch on that.
Okay.
Yeah. And Aryan, how are you doing? You look pretty handsome back there. You haven't changed much.
Well,
You still remember how to water ski?
Well,
yeah, I think so. Well, I haven't done it for like
20 years.
20 years or something.
Oh, well, then we're going to have you when you come. I gave my boat to my daughter, Patty, but she still got it and I can have access to it at any time. So
That's
we'll
good.
get these kids trying water skiing if they haven't already done it when you come
Yeah,
visit.
I try to convince them. So
It's
Oh
a bit
yeah, they'll
difficult.
like
It's a
it.
bit,
They'll-
it's a bit difficult in Netherlands to find a big enough area to water ski,
Yeah, I'm
unfortunately.
sure. I'm sure it is. Yeah.
I do a lot of sailing nowadays. So
Yeah.
Oh, do you? Oh,
Yeah.
good, good. And biking probably too. Yeah.
Well,
always
they-
standard.
They're born with a bike on their legs.
Yeah. Oh, that's so great. And Jim, what are you up to these days? I haven't seen you for a little while. Are you muted, Jim?
This Jim?
Okay, we'll jump over to this, Jim.
Hi, Joe.
Whichever one of you is turned on. Let's see if you're turned on here.
Oh, I'm very turned on, I think.
Okay, Jim Krieger's turned on, Jim Engel is not. Sorry, Jim Engel. That's the way life is. How's Bonnie doing and you guys these days? Jim?
She's doing great here. We're missing seeing all of you guys, but you know what? While I got the stage here, I'm going to say it's really wonderful to see all of you guys that we used to work with and know around the halls of Gilbert Hall. So this is a great occasion, and I want you to know that we're still doing a chem lunch together for retirees. And Joe's been a little on the young side up until this point, but finally now he's matured into our group. So
yeah,
welcome, Joe.
I've gotten wiser now. I'm in the select august group of wise men.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Jim Engel will be along there someday too. He's going to get wiser, I think, almost surely.
Are you talking to me, Joe?
I probably am.
Well, I got to say, Joe, you looked a lot older in your 79th birthday, but you look just the same as your 79th.
Yeah, well, I've hardly changed at all. It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind.
When are we going skiing, Joe?
I'm going to go Sunday. I've decided on my 80th birthday, I have to go ski. So Sunday, I'm going to go over to Mount Bachelor and
there's still snow?
do a few runs. So I'll be able to brag about it. You know, it's important to have little events like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
You can still ski on Bachelor at this
Yeah,
time of the
yeah,
year?
they go almost till 1st of June. So
Wow.
so it'll be good. I'll take a picture and send it. How's that?
As long as he stays out of the rocks, Reiner.
Yeah, well, I had a little argument with some rocks here a month ago. Nothing fatal. So the
In
rocks
Switzerland,
won.
in Switzerland, ski season is over. So we went skiing
it? Yeah.
at
I think
Easter
it's-
in Zermatt, but it was good, but now it's done.
Is that because people just turn on to other things, or is it because the snow is no good?
There's not enough snow, and I guess they shut down the lifts unless you really go up on a glacier. And we were very lucky in Switzerland. We were the only country in Europe that kept the ski areas open. Germany, Austria, Italy, France were closed.
They all closed all of them? Wow.
Yeah, none of them opened the whole winter. So
Wow. Yeah, that's a shame. Well, here Bachelor's been open, but they had controls on the number of people, sort of, and you had to wear masks and things like that. But it was good. We could still.
yeah, same here. We had masks and we had long lines or spaced out lines, but it was good. There were actually few people, and so it was. And then we had lots of snow this year. That was nice.
I believe Austria kept it open, but just for Austrian, isn't it?
Yes, we kept it open just for the Austrians. Yeah, so we were skiing this winter too. Yeah.
So how did they confirm or check that you were a true-blooded Austrian? Did you have stamps?
Well, I'm married to an Austrian, so that counts.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe they had a special exception for Trinidadians. Yeah. This is my old friend Paul Hooterlich here. I'm clicking on his picture. Are you
That's
there,
me.
Paul? We were classmates.
I see on mine, it says Ann. That's because I'm using Ann's computer.
Ah, okay. Well,
For
that's
those of
good.
you who don't know me, I was roommate of Joe for a couple of years in college. We lived in the same house. And during this time, Joe is a very, very capable guy. And one of the things that impressed me about him is that the summer where he decided to take his car apart, totally apart. And I was part of the crew that carried what was left of the car, the frame, to the service station to have the engine compartment steam cleaned. And then he proceeded to put the engine back together again. And I guess it worked better.
Well, it worked great, Paul. It was that was a good learning experience. That was between my sophomore and junior year. And I had this wonderful old 1953 Oldsmobile, which we managed to patch together, and I made it through graduate school with that, and then drove it all the way to the East Coast. We were going to England for a postdoc. So we wound up in New York City, where Paul was. He was at Columbia University then. And I had this wonderful car, and I was thinking I'd sell it in New York City. Oh, well, fat chance of that. So Paul wound up taking this car for me, and I charged him with getting a handsome price for this car. He struggled for several months trying to do this, and then finally sent me a picture of the car at a junkyard. He got $1 for it, I think, or something like that. And
it was more than that. I think maybe $5.
Oh, you never told me that, Paul. Well, how much more?
It might have been 5, it might have been 10. I don't remember.
Oh, wow, that much handsome.
I think that the trouble with New York is they're used to having lots of salt on the road in the winter. So they look at how old it is and say, well, that the body's all rusted out from the salt.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. It was in fine shape. But anyway, Paul was a real hero in helping get rid of this for me. And I have this picture that I cherish of this guy. I think he had a sledgehammer or something he was about to take to it or something like that, but it's probably crushed. Anyway, it's great to see you, Paul. Hi to Ann, too. And here's John Westall over here. I like your headband, John. Is that symbolic of something?
Well, actually it is. This is the last time I wore this headband was after you clobbered me in squash in about 1992. and so I retired the headband and COVID came along and I didn't visit the barber shop for over a year and needed something to keep the hair out of my eyes. So I
well, that's pretty handy. I don't have that problem with hair getting in my eyes. It's never been a major problem. But so you still remember those wonderful squash games. Oh, that was a lot of fun. Jim Ingle and I used to play squash a lot too. And I still have welts and bruises, I think, left over from some of our games. And let's see. Well, Tom Lundeen over here. Are you tuned in, Tom?
Yeah, I am. Happy birthday, Joe, and say hi. Yeah, hi to Barry online.
Are you in San Diego still, or that area?
No, I'm still in San Diego. I'm right now retired from BA Systems and doing work on hydrodynamics of underwater vehicles. So something unusual to spend some time with.
Really? Huh, what kind of vehicles? Submarines, you mean?
Mainly submarines. They got heat sources and other things that you could detect by remote sensing, because that's my primary area has been spectral remote sensing for a number of years.
Not sonar, but heat.
Heat.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
Things like algae blooms and stuff like that to raise faster, so you get turbulence on the surface. So.
Oh, well, that sounds like a pretty interesting area. Huh.
Also, relative to your work, still been maintained till last year. The spectral library for the intelligence community has been working on that for the last 30 years. So.
Oh, really? These are all infrared spectra or infrared and Raman?
All visible through infrared. So you go from actually UV all the way out to infrared. So.
Oh, no. Huh. Well, that's interesting.
The last time I saw you was over at Hanford at Steve Sharp's lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tony here spent time at PNNL also. And weren't you involved, Tony, with some databases with the research, the infrared research there?
Yeah, I did the nitrous acid. That was my biggest contribution.
Yeah. Tony's at Eastern Washington University now, which has achieved great things athletically in recent years, I understand. Is that because of your good influence, Tony?
Yeah, I think they got a rub from that. Yeah.
Yeah. So are you, you're not done with the term yet. You've got a few more weeks to go?
Yeah, 4 more weeks. Yeah, we're all online, and I'll be looking forward to going back in person. I'm just making, it's like starting over because you have to make all your notes again and then put them online.
Yeah. Will you be all in person this coming fall?
I will be. You have a choice. There's some students who don't want to be in person, so there's some faculty who are teaching online, but I'll be in person.
Yeah, that's hard, I think, having to do it online, I guess. But, people have coped. And so anyway. And Tom, what are you up to these days? Are you coming back to Oregon this summer? Tom was a undergrad work. When were you at OSU, Tom?
I was at OSU from 78 through 84.
78, 84, and you
37 years ago. I'll actually be up in Oregon for my funeral coming up. So.
Okay. And
I actually was at Oregon State.
You worked with Jim Krieger, didn't you, Tom?
What?
Didn't you work with Jim Krieger?
He's not.
Okay.
Which Tom?
There.
Which Tom, Joe?
Tom Webb.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, I'm actually right now at my sister's place outside Stafford.
Oh.
So I'm talking to you on your own time zone.
Oregon. Well, now your sound's coming clearer. Then it's much clearer than say from Switzerland. That's a lot further away and all. But, so what was your connection at OSU? What did you do there, Tom?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, remember, I was a senior your first year on the faculty.
Well, but you didn't go to grad school at OSU.
No, I went to undergrad.
Just undergrad.
Yeah, I was,
okay, that's what I.
Yeah, just undergrad. So I did senior research with Jim Krieger, and I was a senior your first year on.
That's right.
Before we met. So.
Yeah. Tom was in the chemistry department at Auburn University for his career, and he's
retired now.
Yeah, single-handedly was responsible for great things there in PChem, right?
Well,
inorganic.
I was inorganic more than PChem, but I was the one responsible for starting our honors course, and I was also the one who was the first person to run the diffractometer for a few years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I came to appreciate structural chemistry. I did some as a postdoc and years before, so I was the only one in the department with any expertise. So.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing you here maybe this summer, Tom, in person.
Well, I hope so. I'm probably going to get down to Corvallis next week, for one day, but I'm not necessarily going to try to look anybody up right now.
Okay, you're still being.
By the way, hello to Carol back there. He's being so quiet.
Hey, here's the birthday boy.
Well, yeah, but you're the host.
Hey, Andrea, where in the devil are you these days? I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, I was thinking it was back in 05 or something like that. But I am in a very exotic place called Eugene, Oregon. So.
Oh, you poor thing. Oh, that is a shame.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably a lot warmer down there in the southern land. What are you doing down there?
Yeah, it's a little warmer.
What are you doing?
Well, life took a turn for me, and I got out of chemistry and into selling insurance because I wanted to make a lot more money.
There's more money in insurance, really?
Who knew?
Who knew?
Apparently, apparently I did such a good job selling people that there are transferable skills from chemistry to the business world that,
Well, there's
that I
certain-
made it. So
Well, good for you. Good for you. Well, it's the application of logic, I'm sure. Yeah.
I do a lot with spreadsheets, and I couldn't have mastered those without your help and Tony's help. I mean, 20,000, 30,000 data points, people start to blank out when I describe what we
Oh.
worked on. So thank you.
Well, that's all Tony's doing. Yeah. And how are you, Hossein? You got, you're muted, Hossein. You need to turn on your speaker. Not yet. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Hossein was probably what? You were about the 4th graduate student I had, or somewhere around
Yeah,
that?
right on, right on.
Yeah.
It was Doug, Ed, Mike, and I.
Yeah, yeah. Hossein is originally from Iran, although
Still am.
Pardon?
Still am from Iran.
Good point there. Anyway, but Hossein has traveled all over. He was at Intel for his career, a good part of his career, and then retired and has traveled all over and has gone back to Iran and to other places. He gave a fantastic travelogue show at OSU. Oh, probably what? 15 years
2014.
ago? Yeah. 2014, was it? Oh,
Yes, yes.
Not that long ago then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was about Iran and all the cultural aspects, and he went back, and it was just really an amazing treatment. Are you doing any more traveling now?
Well, I just got my 2nd dose of the vaccine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait 2 more weeks, do more gardening, and after that, then we have to plan for the next trip. But then the thing is that, Joe, a lot of places in the world, unfortunately, are not getting vaccinated, and it's
Yeah.
a very bad time for travel because people are not happy. When you go there, they're not happy. They don't share with you. This is what I can foresee, and so I'm gonna maybe wait for a while.
Yeah, people are a lot more cautious now, I think, about getting close together. And
Yes. Yeah.
well, hopefully we'll approach normality here by the end of the summer or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but my visit to Corvallis has always been very productive.
Good. Well, it's great to see you.
It's
And
good to
Doug-
see you.
Yeah, and Doug Kessler over here. Where are you, Doug? Are you in your office or home or
Yep, this is my home office.
home office? Yeah.
Home office.
Well, I like your bookshelf, but I can't read any of the titles on your books there. You need to zoom in on that. This is one of the features of Zooming, I think, these days. So what are you up to, Doug?
Typical,
Hey.
research, teaching, innovation, a lot of time with my startups.
Yeah, how many startups do you have now going?
We got three funded.
3 startups, good Lord.
Makes me tired.
Well, yeah, me too. Me too. How do you apportion your time? Do you give each one a third, or wherever the fire is burning, you deal with that one?
It's the fires. I put out the fires.
Yeah. Well, it certainly is pretty amazing what you managed to do. It's stimulating. So, which one is top on your list right now in terms of activities and interests?
So it's Impria,
Impria?
semiconductor manufacturing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
But it's really good to see everybody here on the call for you. Brings back a lot of memories about
isn't it?
oral exams and dissertations and softball.
Yeah. And here's Doug Coe here. Doug was my very first student, the poor guy. Are you there, Doug? Doug, wake up, wake up. Oh,
I am here. Can you hear?
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. And Doug,
Yeah.
Doug, are you
So happy
retired
birthday, Joe. That's the first thing I'll say. And
Oh.
and then I wonder who are all these old guys?
Yeah, I don't.
In gals.
Well, there are a few that are a little bit grayer, a little bit grayer.
Hello?
Yeah. Huh. Well, are you, Doug is at Montana Tech, right?
Right.
And you're retired now, or are you still
we're now Montana Technological University, gone up in the world.
Oh, really?
But I'm not there anymore. I'm retired.
Yeah, you're retired. You're retired. Uh-huh. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
There we go. Yeah. So what are you doing to stay out of mischief these days?
You know, I do quite a bit of walking and hiking. That's something that having this free time has allowed me to do. It's kept my sanity through this pandemic, that's for sure.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, that's the key thing there. Yeah. Let's see, Puya.
Yeah, you're looking good, Joe.
Well, this is reviving me. I was really down here earlier, but seeing all of you guys and gals is such a treat, such a treat. Puya, what do you have to say for yourself? Are you still at Intel? Have you caused the collapse of the company yet?
Working on it.
You're working on it? Yeah.
I'm struggling, but I'm working on it.
Oh, well, that's good. Has the stock price gone up or?
No.
It hasn't. Oh,
if you have any, get rid of it.
No, you don't want to be saying that.
Oh, it's too important for Oregon.
Yeah, well, I saw in the paper today that Intel's going to invest heavily in Oregon. So.
Yeah, they're definitely putting a lot of money in a lot of places.
Yeah. I saw a thing about 2 nanometer chips. Somebody's producing, IBM is producing. Is Intel anywhere near that? 2 nanometer?
Well, you know, those names and dimensions don't really mean anything anymore. They're just marketing.
They're fake dimensions. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine. Oh, dear. And Matthias, how are you doing? And Lainey, hi back there.
Hey, doing good.
Are you still working with lasers?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Same place for the last 20 years.
Oh, well, that's a good place to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Sitting right next to or close to Chuck Hamilton. Actually, most of the time I hear him, right?
Yeah. Oh, is he working for the same company now?
Yeah, he is actually. Yeah.
Oh, where are you, Chuck? You were on, I think he's on the phone or something.
I'm on my screen.
I don't see you.
Here he is.
Oh, there you are. There you are. Oh, son of a gun. Well, when did you go to work for Aculite?
I actually returned there in early 2017. So
okay. Well, I knew that you had been there at one point, but I thought you'd moved on to other things. So, oh, that's great. So, do you keep an eye on Matthias? Is he doing a good job there?
Absolutely. I keep an eye on him, never take an eye off. And yeah, Matthias does a good job.
Thanks for that compliment.
Oh, that's great. Wow.
Okay, Joe, is there anybody on this screen you haven't covered?
Let's see. I'm seeing some more people here. Well, I see a few more here. I've got Glenn Hopkins. Glenn Hopkins, can you believe it? Glenn.
Hey, Joe, happy birthday.
You're pretty amazing. Glenn was assistant or director of research for HP for a period. Wasn't it?
CTO. Yeah. And I did that for a while. I've been with HP for a long time. I'm in San Diego now, but I've been in research development, product development with HP my whole career. got my start there in Corvallis at HP. Did a stint in Singapore, and now San Diego advising, and eventually pretty soon going to retire and then focus on the things that Joe taught me in graduate school, things like playing squash, water skiing, softball, and then
Hey, there was some chemistry in there.
yeah,
too.
there was some chemistry, how to spike a punch with 100%, reagent grade ethanol. So
all the important things.
all the really important life skills. So great
Oh.
to see you, Joe. Happy birthday.
Oh,
Joe did all those things while he was teaching. So why do you have to retire?
Well, it's hard to water ski and teach at the same time, but
No, it's
well, you're going to have to come back to Oregon, Glenn, so we can engage in some of these activities.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I've been sending my son with the grad school there, and then my niece is actually at grad school there too. So I'll look you up next time I'm up there.
Okay, absolutely. Hey, Dara, what are you up to these days? I haven't seen you for a while. I miss our weekly lunches and conversations in which I'm always wrong about something.
I'm glad you recognize that, Joe.
Yeah, it's taken me quite a while to realize.
Sometimes.
Unfortunately, I've had Dara and also Ken Hedberg point out the many errors that I've been making over the years, now up to 3 or 4, I think.
But it's a full-time job, Joe.
Yeah.
Somebody has to do it.
I believe it.
I agree, Joe, you're wrong most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you want to be consistent. That's important. Well, it's great to see that. Oh, here we've got John Nisus. John, where's your picture, John? No, he must have gone off here. Let's see. I've got Blake Erickson. How are you, Blake?
Hey, I'm good. Happy birthday.
Oh, well, thank you. Blake was an undergraduate who worked with me, who did some beautiful work and then went off to Berkeley. Are you done at Berkeley, or are you still finishing?
Still
your
here. I'm in my office in Latimer right now. Yep. I'm planning on graduating in December.
Fantastic. What are your plans then? Are you going to postdoc or go get a job or what?
I'm going to get a job. Yeah, I'm actually hoping to move back up to Portland near family. Hopefully applying for Intel and places like that out there.
Puya, this guy, you ought to get him. Puya's at Intel. You ought to connect you two, because Blake's amazing. Puya's not bad either. So I think you guys would like each other. That'd be a wonderful thing. Or HP would be good too, Glenn. Here's a really good guy here. Okay. I get 10%, Blake, of your.
Sure, you got a career in recruiting.
Of my salary, or?
No, just the signing bonus. Just the
signing bonus. That sounds fair. Nancy
Triggs Breen is over here looking
bored.
Nancy, turn on your microphone, Nancy, would you? Nancy, are you there?
I'm there. I'm here. I am.
Oh, there you go. How are you doing, kiddo?
Happy birthday, Joe.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
The rocks. My daughter told me about the rocks too at Big Sky, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear.
She said you weren't skiing that day because you encountered some rocks.
Well, yeah, I was having a great week this last March with my daughter and family, and we went to Big Sky and just had a ball. Unfortunately, and we had wonderful snow that covered some rocks. It surprised me. So I took a nice little tumble, and that took me out for a day, but no major damage. It was great to see your daughter, though. She looks like she's having a lot of fun there.
She learned to ski at Big Sky last winter. So
that's amazing, because she was hired as a ski instructor without having learned to ski.
Right. She'd been on skis twice in her life, but they hired her.
They hired her because of her personality.
And they trained her too. So yeah, it was just good.
That was just amazing. Well, it was good to see. But she's only there for what, another year, and then she's going on?
A couple more months. She's going to start graduate school in the fall.
Is she?
So,
good for her. Good for her. Yeah. Who else have we got here? Mike Lerner, what are you doing? You should be at school. Are you at school or are you at home?
I'm working at home, Joe.
Okay.
First, it's a real treat. I get to see, happy birthday, Joe. And it's such a treat to see people I interact with frequently and very rarely and new people to meet. And I have just two questions, Joe. One, was this a surprise today? Because that would really be an impressive amount of restraint by all of these attendees.
Well, it was a surprise. Carol DeCock, who organized all this, asked me for a list of my students and colleagues and friends. And so I gave him one because I keep one because I like to try to stay in touch, at least at Christmas and whatnot. But I never dreamed it would be anything like this. I thought maybe you might get one or two people come in on a Zoom session. So I'm really appreciative and flabbergasted that I get to see so many of you. It's really wonderful. Anyway, I have to thank my buddy Carol here.
Well, this is a good segue. He has to put this.
Oh, well, nice OSU hat. Oh, that's great.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
You're making a good segue for me, Mike, because there's some other things Joe doesn't know about, and I think he might be a bit surprised about. And for that, I want to make sure that Hannah is on the screen here somewhere. Hannah, where are you?
Right here, Carol.
Here she is. Okay, great. Hannah's on the screen.
Hi, Hannah.
Right here.
Hello.
Now, I think most of these, you don't know Hannah.
No, I don't.
And you probably don't know Marlis.
I know her
You
name.
don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, these people work for the OSU Foundation. Okay. So we started thinking, what in the world could we get Joe Nibler for his birthday? After all, the guy has a Tesla, for God's sake. So there's hardly anything you can get him for his birthday. And then as we started thinking about it, we thought, well, I'm not sure Joe has a named scholarship at the OSU Foundation. So maybe he would like a named scholarship at the OSU Foundation. The Joseph W. Nibler Scholarship for Endowment in Chemistry.
Great.
So I asked these people if they would help on that, and every one of them said yes. And so, Hannah, would you please put up the amount of money that these people have raised?
Holy cow. Oh, that is amazing. Oh, Carol. Oh, wow. I don't know what to say about this. This is a total surprise. I would.
Yay! Everybody! Yay! Give him a big hand. Put the pictures of everybody back on. Hannah, put the pictures back on.
Wow.
Great. Everybody give him a hand, a happy birthday hand. Yes. You deserve it, buddy.
Oh.
You deserve it.
Well, thank you all so much. That is so thoughtful, and I'm really touched. I'm looking forward to the first student getting an award in this. That is so wonderful. Oh,
well, you get to decide how the money is spent. So
oh,
it's up to you,
fantastic,
whatever way you want to do it.
fantastic. Well, thank you so much, you guys. That's really amazing.
Well, you continue living, and we will have one in your 90th and your 100th and your
110th. That's certainly an incentive there. That's an incentive. All right. But what about the 110? Yeah.
120 and keep going.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, we take it a year at a time.
The oldest person ever lived is 121, a woman from England. I bet you can beat her.
Oh, yeah, 121. Is that the lady from England? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm not prepared to challenge her yet.
She took.
Yeah.
Hannah, where are you again on the screen? I'm having trouble finding.
I'm right here. I might be towards the end.
Where do
But I can hear you.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Good.
Oh, okay.
Well, I want to give a special thanks to Hannah because she did such an outstanding job of keeping in touch with everybody and making sure that people knew what was going on and keeping me more or less in line, I should say. She's extremely capable and just fun to work with, and it's just been such a good person to do this project with. So thank you very much, Hannah, for all the work you've done.
You're welcome. Thank you, Carol, and thank you all for making this easy to help celebrate Joe. So I'm glad I was able to help you all pull this together.
Oh, no, I really appreciate it. That is so special to me, and your role in this is really well appreciated. So thanks very much.
Yeah, Carol, when you sent the message out last November, I tucked it away in Nibler's folder. So I didn't know till Hannah sent me an email this week. I would have missed it otherwise.
Oh, yeah. Well, we tried.
Sometimes, yeah, reminder will help.
Oh, he did. He did. Yeah, he did. Well, anyway, thank you so much for the support. Very, 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 very nice.
Well, this is great. Have I overlooked anybody here?
Yeah,
in this
anybody
list
that we haven't touched base with?
Let's see. I saw John Nisus on here for a little bit. Are you there, John?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't see you, but how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm on the telephone because my computer's kind of slow, and you guys on the computer screen are kind of herky jerky.
Oh, okay. Well,
and it says that my camera is being used by something else. I thought, well, what in the world could that be? Because I didn't think I had anything that was using the camera. So
it's
who
probably
knows?
the CIA, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You better be careful. I'd put some black tape over it, probably.
But I want to wish you a happy birthday and thank Hannah for helping me because I called her a number of times and she's been absolutely wonderful to work with. So it's a good group up there.
Yes,
Well,
it is.
Well, it's just
All right.
amazing to me. And Marlis, were you involved in this
Well,
also?
she was initially. Yeah.
Just a little bit. It was, Carol's good brainstorm, and then Hannah partnered with him on this, and all of your, colleagues and students and friends were just reached right back out. And this is just such a good treat for me to enjoy and to hear how everyone is doing. So happy birthday.
Oh, well, thank you. It certainly made it a special one for me. And well, I don't know what else to say. You guys are all embedded in my memories. I'll not forget any of you. It's part of the fun of this career, as many of you know, like Carol, is the wonderful times you have interacting with students. I always thought I had one of the best possible careers because I always got the best of people to interact with. Karen, who's a social worker, wasn't always so fortunate. She worked with kids who had more troubles. I had kids who had no trouble. So they were just wonderful. That's wonderful. So I guess.
Well, Joe, you were a great teacher, a great mentor, a great friend, really somebody to look up to. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to have you in my life.
Here, here. Happy birthday, Joe.
Oh, and
I'll
thank you,
I'll second
guys. Okay, well, I think I should probably what is this thing up here? What's that one? Is that somebody I missed? Oh, okay. Okay, well, guys, I'm going to let you go. Poor Reiner, he's probably half
No,
asleep by now and angling.
No, it's fine. It's fine. What
Thank you,
about
guys.
Have you gotten your picture book? Because we all
I
sent.
did.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I don't.
I'll get it for you.
It is so special. Carol put together a picture book with pictures of a lot of your. Hannah, did you do that?
Yeah.
You were the one, Hannah? Oh.
Yeah, everyone sent their photos and notes to me, and I put that all together. It was really
you
fun.
did a fantastic job. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, this is going to be a memory treat for me for years to come. It's a book of, I don't know if you can see this, but let's see here. Oh, there we go. That is apparently me skiing. Notice the fine form there with the skis parallel and everything. That was a skill I learned probably from Carol here. Or Eldon, maybe. But I won't go through the whole thing, but it's got some wonderful pictures in here. And some write-ups and comments by people, most of them not too insulting. It was pretty nice, I thought. And let's see. Oh, here's.
Carol, you should turn off that virtual background so that this picture book shows up better. Turn off the virtual if you can.
I have to let my wife do that. I don't know how to do that stuff.
Hannah, do you have the pictures on your computer? Can you do a quick slide
Share the screen. Yeah, share the screen.
Yeah, everyone keep talking, and I will pull it up and do a screen share, and we can look at some of them.
Yeah, that would be great.
Better. That would be even better because.
Yeah, we'll leave it to Reiner Beck to figure out, as a good German would, how to exactly attack and solve this problem. It's great.
Well, I have a few pictures, but I'd like to see the other ones.
Okay, so now you can.
All right, so she's working on that.
Yes. You should be on them.
So at the risk of sort of having somebody repeat themselves, George Pubans, who I went to school with in Joe's graduate program for 1 year before I figured out it wasn't for me. George, I didn't hear what you had to say about what you were doing, so apologies everybody if you can just give me a 5-second update.
Sure, Kevin. Again, it's great to see everybody. I spent a lot of my career at Tektronix, and then a couple of startups, and then a company, well, TriQuint, which was a spinoff, and towards the latter part of my career, I'm affiliated with Oregon Health Sciences University, and working with the Cancer Early Detection and Research Unit at OHSU, and I have a part-time position there, which I regard as a ramp, a glide slope to retirement. And but for the last year, I've been taking a leave of absence, and so I don't know. Depending on what my wife wants to do, I may or may not be retired.
It's great to hear. Thanks for the catch-up, George. Appreciate it.
Good to hear from you, Kevin.
All right, Hannah, was that enough time? Yes.
Okay, here we go. I'm just
Hey,
gonna kind of
Brandy, come
flip
here.
through it.
Now I wonder where on earth that picture came from. You notice I wasn't wearing a helmet then. So that
That is from Utah.
Utah, was it?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. There's fantastic. What great memories.
Just a skosh slower, Hannah, so we can. Up there's a young Reiner.
Who's that young guy?
Well, that looks like a pretty interesting lecture there on the left.
Yeah,
hardly read it.
Spectroscopy 467 or 541?
Yeah.
541?
Probably 467. There's Nancy.
There's Nancy.
Fixing the quanta ray.
Here I must have had a sore neck or something there. That picture.
Organized.
My office was pretty neat, you'll note.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and the old boat.
Oh, the old boat. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
We got a lot of miles out of that old boat. That was after
How-
you, Doug Coe. Sorry.
How many props
Ed.
did you have on that boat? How many propellers?
Well, there was only one propeller.
Yeah, but how often did you change it?
I did change it a few times. We managed to find rocks and logs and other things, but no one ever injured. So it was a good thing. This is, who is that in the water there? Is that angling? Oh,
Angling, yeah. Mhm.
no, I can't make that out.
I remember Nancy water skiing in her graduation gown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was my grandfather's gown, actually. Believe it or not.
Yeah, that was so funny. We were at Foster Reservoir, and Nancy got all dressed up in this graduation gown. I don't have a picture here.
But I crashed immediately, I
Well,
believe.
there was a platform out there, and we were going to do a dock start. And I had done these before, and I was telling Nancy how we were going to do it. We get 3 or 4 loops of the rope. She holds them, and then I go out and I jam on the throttle, and we go. And then she lets out the rope, and then she has to be ready to go. And well, it didn't quite work that way.
She wasn't ready to go.
But we discovered that the gown was water fast. Anyway.
Water soluble, yeah. Not water soluble. Good. Joe, do you still have your Lotus?
I do. It's still running, believe it or not. I was out with my son. We waxed it this week. And I was out washing and waxing it, and 3 different people came by and stopped and wanted to know what the devil that vehicle was. And, anyway, so we had a very good discussion with 3 of them. So it's still running, still going strong. This is a vehicle I bought as my last year as a grad student. I bought it so I could pick it up in England as a postdoc. And we drove it around in England, and it was to be an investment. I was going to sell it when we got back because I figured I could recover the cost of the vehicle. And of course, I couldn't bring myself to sell it. So it's still in the garage.
And how many miles do we know?
It's 67,000 miles.
Wow.
So it's a 66 with 67,000 miles on it. And the only problem with it now is it's getting harder and harder to get in and out of it. So my agile entry now is more like a prying to get in there without breaking anything. And then the getting out is even more of a challenge. Mike Schuyler will know about all this because he was the one who convinced me to buy the Lotus in the first place when we were at Berkeley. He was an undergrad in the lab I was in, George Pimentel's lab. And I don't know why you were so keen on Lotuses, Mike, but you certainly infected me.
I couldn't afford mine, so I had to live vicariously through you.
Oh, is that it? Oh,
yeah.
Well,
I bought the cheap version.
Yeah, he bought the cheap, really snazzy one, the Lotus 7, which was the racing version of this. And it was a kit car, wasn't it? Or did you buy it fully made?
You had to assemble it.
Yeah, assemble it. Yeah, and he did. And he drove it around. I could hardly get into the thing. It was so tight. It was for a smaller person, I think, or something. I don't know how you managed to do it. You're pretty big. But it was something else. Yeah. But you sold it. Sad. Sold it.
Our cars aren't as nice as Reiner's Zebra car, though.
Oh,
that was by far the ultimate vehicle for Corvallis.
His Zebra car was famous in Seattle, in Los Angeles, and also in Boulder, Colorado, when he came to visit me there. The people were amazed at this wonderful Zebra car. What was it, a Nissan or something?
It was a Corolla.
Corolla.
Yeah.
Which he had embellished a bit.
Yep. I can show you, but Hannah needs to let me share the screen.
Oh, okay.
Then I have a picture of the Zebra car in Colorado.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay. Can you do that, Hannah?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Make him a host. I was riding in the zebra car once and was wondering why everyone was staring at us. And then I got out of the car and
I remember that car.
I love it.
Anybody that saw that car would remember it. That was a wonder.
No, I mean, I painted it myself because it was so ugly. It was so ugly and rusty. I bought this at the beginning when I first arrived for $500, and it lasted the whole time, like 4 years in Corvallis, 2 more years in Los Angeles, and another couple of years in Seattle. So, and then I gave it away to somebody. Except that in Oregon, people thought it was really cool. But when I was in Westwood in Los Angeles at UCLA, and I would pull up next to a Ferrari or I don't know, a Rolls Royce, they would just look at me and
they didn't appreciate their points.
No passing the Grey Poupon between those two cars.
Oh. Well, that was an amazing achievement. And I remember, Reiner, you also had the feature of living in the least expensive place in Corvallis, I think it was. At the old motel, was it?
The Don Mar Apartments.
Don Mar Apartments. How much
on 9th
was a
Street.
month?
I paid $30 for my basement room.
This was in when? What year was that?
This was in 87, 88, 89. I stayed there for 3 years.
Yeah.
Nancy, didn't you also stay there for a little bit?
I was a bit longer. I was 84 to 89, I think. Yeah.
No, but Don Mar?
Oh, at the Don, yeah. One time, one summer, I had the pleasure of living in the Don Mar apartment. Yes.
Well, the Don Mar is no longer with us, I'm afraid. But
No, I saw it. There was it was a vacant lot last time I was in Corvallis, but probably now they built something.
Hamburger stand there or something like that. Yeah.
But the good thing was the neighbor. We had really loud parties, and the neighbors would never call the police, but because usually the police would come to the neighbors because of, I don't know, some drug dealer or something. So anyway, it was a great time. So, like I wrote in the book, that my only regret about graduate school is that I didn't take a bit longer and do an extra year. Because later when I went to UCLA, all the grad students were so stressed about grad school and say, oh, it's so hard. And I always wanted to say, what do you mean? That was the best time of my life. I learned how to water ski. I got a pilot license. I had a zebra car, and I got great. I had a lot of fun in the lab doing nonlinear Raman spectroscopy. So I really appreciate everything you did, and the opportunity to work with you and your group. It was really unique.
Well, what was unique was how much fun all you guys were. I think it was the beauty of all of this was the shared aspect of doing the research, and finding funny things about maybe not so funny circumstances sometimes. But that made it so special, so special. Yeah.
Work hard, play hard. Still our
Absolutely.
philosophy, I think, for most of us, right?
Yeah.
What we learned in graduate school.
Yeah, well,
Definitely.
well, it's important. The play part is a critical part of everything. And we never want to get so old as 80 and not remember the play aspect. So that's why I'm going to ski on Sunday.
Good for you. But Joe, I just want to say a happy birthday to you. And I just want to agree with the others in saying that it was just a great time working with you in your research group. I mean, you're an incredible scientist, a fantastic teacher, and just a man of integrity and ethics. And it was just a pleasure working with you. It was just so much fun. And I always remember you were telling me in the lab, Engeline, think logically. Think logically.
It's still there. Just step by step.
Too. I remember Engeline was so much fun. She came from Trinidad, where it's a little warm and humid, to freezing cold Oregon. So the first year she about froze to death. She had a heater in her office that she turned on, even though, and it was really like a sweat box in there. And anyway, angling adapted very quickly. And I remember Tony was there at the time, and Jeff Barber and some others. And Angeline came in one time where she'd had her hair done. The total change in her hair. And the guys, of course, immediately saw this, but would they recognize it? No, they said, so just go on like nothing is different. Angeline, I think she said something like, do you notice anything different? They both look around, they look down at her shoes and they said, oh, you've got new shoes. Anyway, but she had those guys whipped into shape in quick order. And there was another angling story. We had some Russians come on a visit, Vladimir and Konstantin. And they were both physicists from Russia who came to do some experiments in the lab. And they wanted to learn about the car's technique. So Angeline was teaching them. She was the major domo then. And they weren't quite so sure about this, having I think a woman teaching them, but they quickly learned how sharp she was, and they learned a lot from her, and they felt, I think, they had to repay her somehow. So who was it, Konstantin, that was telling you how to take a Kalashnikov apart?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they were sharing their knowledge with you. Oh, that was so great.
No. But thank you, Joe. Thank you.
So, Angeline, where are you now?
Pardon?
I'm in Vienna. I'm in Vienna, Austria. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I teach at a technical chemistry high school, chemistry in German now. Yeah.
And,
Well, next time I come to Austria, I'll look you up.
Please do. Please do. It's a beautiful city when we're not in a lockdown.
Well, and Georg's, well, I trust he's probably asleep by now.
Yes, he is. But he's well. He sends his regards and happy birthday.
Oh, great, great. Okay. Well,
Joe, happy 80th birthday. I got logged off for about 10 minutes there.
Yeah.
After, but I'm back. And I sent you my memories. I saw it in your book there.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
You know, one thing you told me after you saw my thesis, which is about 200 pages, and you said, you know, for what you did, you could have written that in 100 pages. So you told me to go shorten it, and I usually listen to you, but that one time I didn't shorten it by much. And normally most thesis advisors would have told me, you're verbose. You go shorten it, but you were very tactful. And it took me a few decades to learn that, yes, I really am verbose. And I did learn how to write in fewer words. But thank you. I think you were really the best thesis advisor that anybody could ever hope for. Happy 80th birthday. And I'm glad to see you're still sharp and physically fit. And when I'm 80, I hope I could say the same. But, I'm not getting there.
Well, thank you.
So happy birthday, Joe.
Oh, well, Ed was one of the bright lights, along with Doug Coe, in the early days of my career. It was so neat to have you guys. The only thing I regretted was I didn't get that boat earlier, so I could have drug you guys around on the lakes too. That was a condition for graduation later in the program. You had to get up on 2 skis for a master's degree, and you had to get up on 1 ski if you wanted a PhD. Isn't that right, you guys? Pretty much. Right.
Well, you did take us Snow
I may
skiing.
never have graduated if that was the case.
Well, I only remember Joe mad one time. I went in the office and I called him Jojo. The guy light up so much. He took off at me like no tomorrow.
Well, that's funny you should say that, because when I was a kid, that was the nickname I had, Jojo.
Must not have liked it very much.
No, I didn't much like it.
Joe, I'm not sure if you could see on your screen, but we just had someone else jump on. Abdullah Al-Khatani has joined us. If you want to say hi to him as well.
Al-Khatani's on.
Abdullah, how are
Hello,
you?
sir. How are you doing?
Oh, great.
Do you
It's so
hear
good
me?
to see you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I can. Abdullah is at King Saud University, is that right?
Yes, yes. I'm from King Saud University. Yes, sir.
In Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad, very, very glad to be with you tonight
Oh.
to celebrate Joe 80th birthday. It is honor to see all of you. It's been a long time since we saw each other, so I am glad to see you all. Carl, Ricard, Dr. It will take me a long time to name everybody, but hi to everybody. I am very glad to be with you.
Oh, it's so great to see
I wish
you.
you all the best, inshallah, and for a long time.
Yeah.
Good health.
Well, I've seen some of your papers, Abdullah. You've been working away, publishing on a regular basis and everything. That's great.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Have you been back to the U.S. since you left, or have?
No. Unfortunately, I couldn't come back. I was so busy. I hold many things, teaching and research and management. I've been the Dean for Scientific Research in one of the new emerging universities.
Oh, are you?
Now I am the chairman. I am the chairman of the chemistry department.
Oh my goodness.
At King Saud University. Yes.
Well, should we wish you condolences, or are you enjoying it? Are you having a good time being?
Well, it's good, to do something that you want to do, and it's very bad that you can't make everybody happy. It's very hard sometimes, but it's nice.
Oh, fantastic. Huh. Well, you'll have to come back. In fact, I'd like to invite everybody to come back to Oregon.
I'm planning, in the near future, I'll see you.
Okay. That would be great. That would be great.
Well, how many people you have from Oregon right now?
From Oregon?
Who are you talking to?
To anybody.
Oh,
it seems like a lot of
you mean
people
that
are
are
coming
living
from
in Oregon?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not too
golly.
many.
Not
Hi,
many.
Karen.
No,
Hi,
we're
Karen.
scattered.
Yeah, say hi to Karen. We see her in the background. Hi, Karen.
Nice to see all of you again. Reminding us of all the good time we had.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
It was lots of fun. It's a wild ride.
It still is. It still is.
I'm in Rhode Island these days. If anybody passes through Rhode Island, look me up. So
Which island are you?
the state of Rhode Island. And about an hour from Boston, south of Boston. Yeah.
Sure.
We just discovered Reiner comes to Salve every other year, which is about 8 miles from my house. So.
Yeah, if I had known, it's the Gordon Conference on Dynamics at Surfaces every other year. It was supposed to happen this summer, but they postponed it until next year.
I'll cook you dinner next time you're in town.
Oh, there you go.
Lobster, right?
Lobster. I still remember Nancy would go back, and she brought back at least one time a whole slew of live lobsters, and we had them over at our house, and we put them all out. They were on the floor crawling around, and we had 2 cats, and those cats were They were not quite sure what to make of these lobsters. I think one of them got nipped a little bit. Anyway, that was a fantastic feast. I don't remember how you managed to smuggle those onto the plane, Nancy. Was that illegal or anything?
No, but I'll tell you, most of the time I brought 6, but I can tell a story about one time I brought 40 in coolers and just checked the coolers. And so my flight was very early out of Logan. And my mom went to high school with this lobsterman, and we were down at his boat at 5 in the morning, and it's raining out, and he's rowing his dinghy out to the boat to pick up the lobsters that he had hung off the side of the boat so they could bring them to you all in Oregon, and you could have a lobster feast when I go back.
Yeah, well, that doesn't happen so often.
Karen was the one that liked the lobster, right, Karen? Yeah.
I did. Yes, I remember those lobsters climbing around on the floor.
Yeah, that was great. And some of you may remember Dennis Guthels once arranged a salmon bake for the department. This was in the, probably about 1980 or something.
It was
like
1980.
that. Yeah, somewhere around there. And I had some fantastic pictures of about 20 of these salmon. He really got carried away. And we probably ate about 5 of them because there weren't that, it was a department gathering, but they were so great. And Dennis brought this, he had a pet snake, a big king snake. And I don't know if any of you ever saw this, but I have this great picture of this snake wound around my neck and sitting in my arms here. And I always thought snakes were slimy or something, but this snake was just wonderful. It was, and it wasn't fatal even. So anyway, some of these memories of events like lobster feeds and salmon bakes. And then we used to have all these wonderful fall get to know the new graduate student parties, which were a lot of fun. Picnics at Avery Park. You remember some of those, I'm sure. A lot of
yeah, we used to play volleyball after the picnic.
Yeah.
And softball, right?
Softball.
How many
volleyball.
broken bones from softball?
Only one. Age 40.
I think you were in a cast when I met you, I believe.
Oh, it could well be. I'll never forget it. I was going for third base. I was going to slide. It was going to be great, but I was only about 2 feet when I started my slide and snap. But I recovered.
We didn't have much
on
of
the softball team too.
Yeah, we didn't have much of a luck to Spike because of Dara being so tall. He would block everything in the volleyball.
Well, I cheated a little bit in volleyball. I'm afraid I carried the ball some, so that was not fair. It was pointed out to me by many a grad student that wasn't a proper hit. But we made the rules. The faculty against the grad students was the game of the day, and you had to give the faculty some kind of an advantage. So anyway, it was a lot of fun. We had a great time.
Karen, it's really good to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I have to say thank you to Karen. She always took in the strays who had no place to go on Thanksgiving or couldn't fly home for Christmas. She always cooked us a meal and was happy to have us over. And there's one thing about Karen. Joe has a lot of patience teaching, yeah? But when it came to teaching me skiing, he would give me a couple words of advice at the top of the slope. And then he would race down, and there was Karen. She had this bright pink suit, and she would wait about quarter of the way down the slope, let me fall, let me come down very inelegantly, down the slopes, and she would wait for me, give me some advice, and she was the one that taught me how to ski. And I'm really grateful. It helps being married to a guy who was born on skis. So thank you so much, Karen.
I wanted to give that advice to Faith. I said, don't follow Joe, follow Karen down the mountain, because Joe does the black diamonds and Karen does the ones that I can actually ski.
Very good.
Well, we had some great ski adventures, but one of them wasn't so great, was it, Wen Jin? You remember when you went skiing Wenjin, are you there? Oh, you're.
Yeah.
Unmute your.
Or Wenjin.
Wenjin, you've got to click off your, click on your microphone, Wenjin.
Okay.
Okay, you remember our ski adventure, don't you? I'm sure you do.
Oh, don't say that.
I remember. Poor Wenjin, we went over to Mount Bachelor and we went up to the orange chair, which is a sort of a beginning chair. And we did a few runs, didn't we, Wenjin? And then you were really looking good. And something happened later on, though. Anyway, you had a nasty accident, a broken leg and everything else. Have you ever gone back to skiing or anything, Wenjin?
Oh, no, that kind of be forbidden. Yeah, my wife forbidden.
That
No
was
more
forbidden.
skiing. I made
Well,
suggestions.
I always felt, I always felt badly about that.
That was very weird. Seems nothing special. It's very smooth areas. I don't know what happens.
Yeah, well, it just, you get surprised sometimes, like the rocks are hiding under the snow and things like that. But, anyway, you recovered fortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, luckily I recovered as well. Yeah, it took a while.
I think that was the only mishap we had with the snow skiing, though. So maybe that's good. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Have I worn you guys out yet?
Remember, he's 80. You got to give him a break here.
Did you take a nap?
No,
Did you have a nap this afternoon, Joe?
I probably will need a nap. Although I'm pretty jazzed up right now. I don't know. I probably won't need a nap for a while. This is such a treat. Oh, man. Huh.
I'm going to say goodbye. My son is home from college. He just pulled in for the semester from his.
Fantastic.
So happy birthday. It was great to see everybody. And again, if you're in Rhode Island, look me up. I'm also at Roger Williams University. You can find me on the email there. Happy birthday, Joe.
Oh, thanks, Nancy.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Nancy.
Take care.
Good to see you.
That's right.
That was
said goodbye. Right.
okay.
Hey, Joe, I also want to say it was a really great time in Corvallis, and Angeline said it really well. So I don't know how much more to add. One story I will add, however, when I was at Wolfgang Kiefer's lab and looked around for a postdoc, he said, well, there's this guy, Rainer. You might want to talk to him, Rainer Beck. So Rainer, remember I drove to you? You were in Karlsruhe, right? Mm-hmm. And because he worked with you before. And then I wanted to know, well, how is it working with Joe Nibler? And because, you know, you go to a foreign country, you don't want to end up on the wrong at the wrong place, right? And the one word Rainer said was, which really made my decision at that point was, you know, I cannot say anything negative about Joe. That made it.
That's high praise. Not too many negative things.
That's great seeing you. It's great seeing Carol and Karen. So it was really fun. And also seeing all these names, which I remember from the past, but I never had a picture behind it. So really interesting. Again, happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, Matthias.
So we wait for the 9th, Joe.
Okay. I'll do my best. Yeah.
No bailing out.
No bailing out. No.
You taught us not to give up. That's it.
That's right.
You can't quit.
Well, the key thing is staying active and staying in touch. So I hope you'll all stay in touch. We love you all. We love you all.
Hey, Carol, thank you very much for putting this together. That was very good.
It was a lot of fun, and I had an awful lot of help. So,
and it's good to see you too.
Thank you. Yeah, good to see all you guys. Good remembrances.
Yeah, Thank you. Also, thank you. Hannah recorded this, so I don't know. There's going to be a video. I don't know if it's possible to share it, but it would be nice to.
Yeah, I think she'll probably be in touch with you by email and tell you what can be done. Yeah.
Yep.
Hannah, is that right? Hannah, are you there?
Yes, yeah, I'll double check with if there's any internal reasons why we wouldn't be able to share it, but I can send it out to everyone afterwards.
Okay. Okay. And thank you again. Thank you again.
So I also want to just wish you a happy birthday, and I want you to know I'm just forever grateful for the help that you gave me to get me into graduate school, and that all worked out so well. Again, just many, many thanks, and I just hope you just stay happy and healthy for many years to come.
Hey, Chuck, your office looks like Dish's office.
This is a bedroom turned into an office, and it's about as plain as you can get.
Reiner, you said that you could. Reiner?
Yes, yes.
You said you could not think of anything bad to say about Joe. You've forgotten the number of times he tried to kill you.
In which way? In which way?
Joe was notorious for trying to kill all of us, skiing, water skiing, whatever.
No.
Well, only you, Dara. Dara is referring to an event where we went water skiing at Triangle Lake, I think it was. That was when I had the first boat, and Dara was on 2 skis, and I'll not forget it because I wish I had a picture of it, but you know, it's not so easy getting up on 2 skis. This boat was a little underpowered, and we were going along, and Dara managed to get up planing on the water, but he wasn't standing up. He was crouched down on his knees on this. And I don't think you managed to get all the way up at any time on that. Is that right, Dara? And eventually there was a little bit of a crash, shall we say.
Never did. And then you wanted to put me on the dock and
pull
you were
you
going
off
to pull
that.
me off the dock. And I said, no way.
Well, it didn't work so well with Nancy, but I thought maybe it'd work for you.
But there were all those times you tried to kill me skiing too.
Well, I wasn't trying to kill you, Dara. You would have enjoyed those runs. Yeah.
I remember Joe and we had an inelastic collision on a slope somewhere on skis, and it sent both of us flying off into the snow. But luckily, nobody got hurt.
Well, I do remember a few of those, but not too many that were resulted in injuries.
Yeah. I think we were racing, and I turned to the left, and you turned to the right. And
to the right, yeah.
Well, that's the only time I'm very happy for your failures.
Well, I think I better let you guys go. You've been so good. What a treat, all of you.
Well, enjoy your skiing and birthday skiing, and don't break a leg.
I will. Okay.
Stay away from the rocks, Joe.
Will do. Okay, you guys all take care. And again,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye. Happy birthday.
Bye-bye all.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday, Joe. And
Okay.
nice to see you all professors that taught me, and I never forget the time I spent in Corvallis. And hopefully I'll be back soon.
I hope you will, and I hope those that don't live here in Oregon will come back. Oregon is a special place, as you know.
Oh, yes.
It's fun to share it with everybody.
Very, very good memories I have from the years I spent there. Happy birthday. And hi, Carrie, how are you doing?
So happy birthday, Joe, and congratulations, Karen, on getting this guy to 80 in such good shape. Way to go.
Well done. I gave him a haircut yesterday.
Yeah. It took her a minute. Okay, so I guess we'll say goodbye, folks.
Bye. Happy
Bye.
birthday.
Goodbye.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Hannah. Bye, Hannah. Thank you very much for setting this up.
It was all Carol's idea.
Yes, you worked a lot on it. Thank you.
Very well.